I love Kuwait. Kuwait is fabulous.
Yes.
But in Yalova, subhanallah. And I came off the ferry and I started walking in the town. My heart said home.
What is your opinion about Umran Turk?
Trying to destroy Islam. I had a new life. I wanted a new name. Drunk redneck came after me with a gun.
Who is Shariffa Carlo al-Andalusi? Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Now, it is a great pleasure for me to see all my friends and to meet one of the most closest sister to me. I think no need to say who is she, but everybody knows her. She's my sister, Sharifa Carlo al-Andalusi. Something amazing name, but it is a mysterious things. I would like to show you my friend and my sister, and she will give us a hint about who is she and what is her, from where she come, and what is all activities, what she is doing, and why she is here in Turkey and exactly in Yalova, and also why she preferred to come to us in Umran Turk in Al-Muruj. So most welcome, my sister Sharifa. Sharifa, of course, she worked in College of Medical Health Science, and she taught scientific, technical, and medical English. Don't forget to make share, like, subscribe. Assalamu alaikum, Sister Sharifa.
Wa alaikum salam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. How are you today?
Alhamdulillah. When I met you, I did something. I
Alhamdulillah.
cannot say.
Alhamdulillah. I always enjoy when I get to see you here.
Alhamdulillah.
When I come here to this area, I sit right next to you, and I get to visit you all the time right next door.
It was a dream.
Yes,
and
alhamdulillah.
And I pray, and Allah really answer our prayer.
Alhamdulillah, alhamdulillah.
Alhamdulillah.
Yes.
My sister Sharifa, I want you to say who is Sharifa and why Sharifa and Carlos and Al-Andalusi. So please give us
a little background.
a little bit.
Okay, inshallah. Okay, well, I was born and raised in a Christian family, so I accepted Islam as a third year college student. And alhamdulillah Rabbil Alameen, Allah showed me Islam in spite of the fact that I was trying to destroy Islam. That's how I came to Islam. My story's on YouTube, so anybody who's interested can check it out, look up my name. But basically, I was with a group of people trying to destroy Islam. I started researching Islam and researching Christianity, and I found the truth in Islam. So when I became Muslim, I changed my name to Sharifa.
Yes.
So that I had a new life. I wanted a new name to go with the new life.
MashaAllah.
Alhamdulillah.
MashaAllah.
I continued to stay with my family name, which is Carlo, and we have basically Italian with some Spanish roots. Spanish roots. So years after I became a Muslim, my mother, Allah yarhamha, she was telling me, she was in the hospital, she thought she was dying, and she said, we have to tell you a terrible family secret. I'm like, what is this secret? And I was already a Muslim. So what in her mind, because at the time she had not taken her Shahada yet, alhamdulillah she did, but at the time, Arab blood was horrible. In her mind, because of where her family came from, this was like a terrible thing, and it was to be hidden.
Where they came from?
Well, essentially, it seems that her great-great-great-great-great-grandmother was in Andalus at the time of Andalus.
That is why you are Al-Andalus.
That's why I'm Al-Andalusiya.
Oh, something very great.
Subhanallah.
Al-Andalus.
Yes.
Subhanallah.
So apparently at that time they were killing everybody that had any Arab blood.
Subhanallah.
And I'm told it was a very small amount, but that they were targeted, so they ran away. And that's how, when I found that out, instead of being, oh, this is a horrible thing, I'm like, subhanallah, I could go back to the Umayyad, I could go back to the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam. My family has some blood that was Muslim blood. So I added it to my name.
MashaAllah, MashaAllah, MashaAllah. Something يعني very nice يعني story.
Alhamdulillah.
Yes, we met so many people who were, as you said, they were in Spain, and mashallah they went escape, and mashallah now they finish in المدينة المنورة and
Subhanallah.
There's one lady, her name Adiba, and now this Adiba, now she and her family went back to Spain, and they have a very big land where they brought all Muslim to teach them about Islam in subhanallah.
MashaAllah,
Al-Andalus.
MashaAllah.
Alhamdulillah, Alhamdulillah. Now I want just to say why you choose Turkey. يعني you are coming from where now?
Well, I'm originally American.
American, huh? Where you have been before?
I've been all over the world, but the last place that I lived was Kuwait.
Yes.
And
so you have a Kuwaiti children?
I have Kuwaiti children.
So,
alhamdulillah.
Alhamdulillah.
So when I retired, my children are adults. So I said, I want a place that reminds me of my home. I don't want to stay. I love Kuwait. Kuwait is fabulous. But it wasn't the kind of environment that I wanted to live in. I wanted green. I wanted mountains. I wanted flowers. I wanted to go outside and pick the fruit myself and eat it. And because, in America, that was the life I came from. This was the kind of living that I had. And I really wanted to retire in a place like that. So what I did was I investigated many places. I thought about Egypt. And Allah guided me to Turkey. I never imagined Turkey as a possibility. But my children, they were saying, look, you want this kind of a life? Turkey is perfect for you. So I started out. I went to Istanbul. The intention was go to Istanbul, find a place there, stay for a while, find a home that I would be happy with. 1 week in Istanbul was enough for me.
Horrible.
I'm not a city girl in any way, shape, or form. I am not a city girl. I am a country girl. So I was like very unhappy in Istanbul. And I have a friend that lives here in Yalova. And I had another friend who was in Istanbul at the time. And both of them were telling me, you got to see Yalova. You have to see Yalova. This is exactly what you're looking for. It's a family place. It's a conservative place. The people are lovely. They're friendly. They're happy. It's an amazing area.
Yes.
And I'm like, yeah. After seeing Istanbul, I didn't really believe this. So alhamdulillah, I got on a boat, the ferry from Fateh, came over 1 hour on the ferry. I was, out of Istanbul. And when I want to go back, I'm in Istanbul in an hour. Subhanallah. So I thought, okay, great location. If I want city, I can go to city, but I don't have to live in a city.
Yes.
Alhamdulillah.
Yes.
Wallahi, when I arrived in Yalova and I came off the ferry and I started walking in the town, my heart said home. My heart said home. I met people, I went to stores and restaurants and I'm talking to people and they're like, where are you from? And we tell them we're Americans and they would be like, oh, yes, this and that, and so kind and so friendly, to the extent, many times I've gone down to Yalova to the town because, it's just a hop, skip, and a jump from here. I go down into the main town and one time I went to a restaurant and we were talking, I was talking with the owner and I'm telling him my experiences. Very, very nice people. Next time I went to the same place, he's like, I was waiting for you to come back. He had a Quran for me. He had a tasbih beads. He's like, I have to give you this gift. I'm so happy that you're here. Beautiful people. And mashallah, I fell in love with Yalova. And Allah, when He plans, He is the best of planners. Within a week, I found my home.
Because so many people said, no, don't go to Turkey. people are too much rough. They will hit you. They will do something wrong with you. They don't accept any foreigners. So many people really believe in this, and they start to feel that, oh, why to come to this area where people will hurt us, and they left. But subhanallah, what I find really, that mashallah, so many people came from Europe.
Yes.
Where they find people, they said that here it is the most safest place in the world. After, in the evening, we cannot go outside.
Yes, exactly.
There, we could be killed.
Yes.
Our children cannot go like your children here and everywhere. It is something very, very horrible for our children. So our children, after Maghrib, all inside.
Yeah.
So they find that it is really a very, very, very safe. And the Muslim, they are very happy that they hear adhan. And so many of them came that although they are in Europe, they brought their children here and they said, no problem. We will work in our country, but you be here to stay in a safe place where you can look after your children, where you can teach them the Islamic rule, where they can live, whether they are Muslim or not Muslim. They can feel that you are safe, and they are coming every now and then.
Yes, yes. I have a friend exactly that.
Yes.
She and her children live here.
Yes.
Her husband, who is a revert to Islam, he is a Da'iya and a sheikh. And he lives in England and comes every single time that he can, but he's raising his children here because he doesn't want to raise them in the West. And myself, I could live in the United States. I mean, I'm end of the day, I was born and raised as an American. And if I wanted to, I could go there and I could have the ability to stay there. But the same thing, after Maghrib, I don't go out. If I have to, I am terrified to make sure that I get to my destination without having to stop the car. It is not the kind of life that you like. And I don't care where you are in the world, racism exists. And against Muslims. Yes. At least here, subhanallah, most of these towns like Yalova, people are decent and loving and caring, but a big city is a big city no matter where you are. If you are in Antalya, if you are in Ankara, if you are in Istanbul, if you are in any of the big cities, it is a mix of so many different kinds of people. And as a result, there's going to be hate, there's going to be racism, there's going to be crime. It all exists in a city. But in Yalova, subhanallah, it is, I love living here. I feel I am a woman living alone. I don't have a husband. My children are grown and living in another country. But even at that, they come to me every chance they can. They can't wait to have a vacation to come. My youngest is a student. Every time, Mom, we have a 4-day weekend. I'm coming. And they stay for 3-4 days and then they go back. He's actually come just for the weekend because they love it here so much. But that feeling of fear and so forth with the racism, it exists everywhere in the world. However, I find so much less here. In the United States, I was in a grocery store and a drunk redneck came after me with a gun. Nobody has, the worst that I've ever had here is that maybe somebody said to me the word yabanji, she's a foreigner. That's the worst thing that's happened to me. If that was the worst thing that happened to me in America, maybe I could live there.
Subhanallah, subhanallah.
Yalova, when I stepped foot, my heart said home. My heart said halal, South Carolina.
MashaAllah, 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 MashaAllah.
Alhamdulillah.
Alhamdulillah, Alhamdulillah. I just want to say, what about Al-Muruj? And what is your opinion about Umran Turk?
Yeah. I think this place is amazing. It's a small, closed-in area where everybody knows everyone else. Everybody is friendly. Everybody is happy together. In Ramadan, there's iftars in the common areas. There's a masjid or a musalla in the corner. So, you know, we brought a friend the other day. They were coming from Qatar. and I was trying to help them to see different places, and I showed them 5 or 6 places. And when I brought them here, they were looking at the place and they're like, this is a nice place. Because, and the husband, he's like, that's so easy. I get up, I go make my fajr, I go back to bed. It's right there in front of me. So, and the idea of the common iftars and the Eid celebration together and the families, because they want a place that's easy for their families to come and visit them and stay with them, and for the kids to have places to go and things to do. And they loved Yalova. They absolutely loved it. They hated Istanbul.
Yes.
But they loved Yalova. So, and I've had friends from other places. An American friend of mine, she's begging me to help her find a place to buy here. Another friend of mine from England, I brought her here and she's in love with the place. So it doesn't matter where you're from. If you want a place that's family friendly, that's, you're free to come and go, this is the place.
Now, as you said, most of people, when they came here, they said this is the place where, when we will retire, it will be very, very good for us.
Yes.
We will stay, our children will visit us. They can, as you said, come here and there, and it is very close, to the center.
Yes.
And very safe. Here we have the swimming pool, the masjid, al-musalla is very important. And al-musalla, as you said, in Ramadan, all people came to pray in al-masjid.
MashaAllah.
In Salat al-Eid, the gardens will be full of carpets and they will pray all together. Even people from outside the al-Muruj, they will come. So really we feel here that we are living in a society where even in our country, we were not living such a nice place.
Subhanallah.
Alhamdulillah.
Alhamdulillah. No, I recommend Yalova for everyone. I absolutely love this place. It is home for me. Alhamdulillah.
What are all other activities that you are doing?
Myself personally?
Yes, personally and
well, like
as a
I
general.
told you, I told you, it's easy to get to Istanbul.
Yes.
So once a week, I get on the ferry, I go to Istanbul, and the second largest mosque in Turkey is the Süleymaniye.
Yes.
I go there and I do dawah to tourists.
MashaAllah.
So that's one of the things that I do. The fact that I speak multiple languages.
You speak multiple languages?
I do.
Tell us each language and give us some things. Yalla, let me examine you.
Okay. Well, I speak English, so you hear me speaking English.
Yes.
I speak Spanish. Bienvenidos todos. I speak Italian. Buongiorno. I speak English, Spanish, German.
Yeah.
Guten Tag, mein Freund.
Guten Tag.
I speak English, Spanish, German,
Ich bin
Italian.
aus Ägypten.
Sehr gut.
My father was a Finnish, master of engineering in Munich.
Okay, I was born in Stuttgart, and I went to high school in
Deutsch
Stuttgart.
there,
Yes. So German, Italian, French, buongiorno. No, bonjour. Portuguese, bon dia. And English, Spanish, German, Italian, French, Portuguese, and Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Ahleen wa sahlan.
اللغة العربية.
Arabic as well. So, alhamdulillah, I'm not perfect in all of them. I used to have much better. It's increasing again because I'm using the languages at the mosque. The rest of the time, I have YouTube channels. I do a lot of social media for dawah. Basically, my life now is dawah. I travel around the world. I get invited by groups. They contact me and we make arrangements. In this year, I've been to Mecca, I've been to Medina, I've been to Qatar, I've been to South Africa, of course, home to Kuwait. I've been to England as well, since January. So I travel a lot. I do lectures and conferences and courses. And then I come back to Turkey.
MashaAllah. I'm very happy to meet you. And as I told you, it was a dream.
Alhamdulillah.
It was, I ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to keep you close to me. And Allah, really reply my dua and accept my dua to meet you. And alhamdulillah that we have in such a place. and جزاك الله عنا كل خير for this nice session.
الحمد لله.
شكرا. Thank you. Just I want to tell you, don't forget, share, like, subscribe. And welcome to Al-Muruj in Yalova as a new member to our family. عمران ترك.
الحمد لله.
الحمد لله.
Finished?
Okay.